Hey, hello, believers. This is Love Coach Dasha, and I am here to help you along the healing path after infidelity with the Healing Hour Live. I'm so glad that you are here with me today. Come on in, everybody. Join me on YouTube and Instagram and the Love After Cheating Facebook group. Come join me. Come be with me for this stroll down the healing path. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're feeling good. I hope that maybe something has clicked this week. Has anything clicked for you this week? Do you feel like you get something a little bit better than you got it before? I hope so. Let me know if something has just clicked for you this week and you feeling good and you think that you got your path forward a little bit clearer. Let me know. I love to hear good news like that. It is Thirsty Thursday. Of course, I want to hear news like that. All right. So let's see. Let me make sure that I can see all there is to see. Hopefully, you have joined me in the event. If you are in the Facebook group, if you're on my Instagram at Love Coach Dasha, come on in. Come on in. At YouTube as well. All right, I can see everything. See everything. All right, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. I am here to talk to you a little bit about getting past the trauma after infidelity. You have been cheated on by somebody that you really love, you want to be with, and it's just impossible to try and figure out exactly how you do that, right? It's there's so many people that tell you you should just be heading for the hills, you should be running, you should not be with this person, you should just, oh, you're going to be such a doormat. I know people will tell you that, but what I want you to know is what I think, and what I think is what you want is most important here. You're the one that has been hurt. If you want to stay in this relationship, you should damn well be able to do that because that's what you want. You shouldn't be forced into leaving the relationship just because other people tell you that it's the bad idea to do. I know for sure that it's not the bad idea to do. You know why? Because I did it. I am 14 years past D-Day, and me and my husband have a very strong, loving, trusting relationship that like I couldn't have imagined it being like this when the cheating was going on for a period of time. I could not imagine how it was going to be. But guess what? I didn't have to imagine. I got there. All right. I didn't have to keep on imagining. I got myself to that point. And I want to teach you about the things that I did personally that I know for sure work that got me down the healing path, got me to a place where I was able to forgive and I was able to move past it and actually live our lives and get to a place where it's such it's a big memory, but it is not weighing on my heart so much that I can't talk to you about it. I can talk to you about it. I can talk to you all about what happened. If you got questions, you can feel free to ask me, but it's a long, involved story. And I can't tell the entire thing in one session because, yeah, we just never get through anything else. But if you have questions for me, you can ask me. I don't mind at all. Let me get you to go to StreamYard.com/Facebook so I can see your name on my streaming broadcast screen so I can tell who's here. So everybody give me some likes, give me some love. Let me know that you're here. Let me know you're around. All right. My cat just jumped up here. All right. All right, so we're going to get started today. We're going to get started where we always get started. Oh, I see you, Allie. Hey, glad you are here. Glad you are here. So glad that you were joining us. My cat's being all vocal back here. He wants me to pet him, but I'm busy right now. Hold on. All right, anyway. We're here to talk about how to get past this trauma. And the first things that I always tell you to do, hey, Brittany, hey, the first things that I always tell you to do, that I'm always going to say to you, are do your deep breathing and do your journaling. Have you been doing your deep breathing? Have you been doing your journaling? If you have not, you're doing yourself a disservice. These are things that you can control right this second that will help you to start to feel better. They will help you to start to release some of this anxiety, get it out of your body, because that's what's happening, right? This is a physical thing. It's not just on your head. This is a physical thing that is happening. Your body aches, you feel icky all over, you feel sick to your stomach, this is a physical thing as well as a mental thing. So if you are getting these deep, full breaths and opening up your chest, it's going to help you feel better. All right. Oxygen always makes you feel better. Oxygen helps all pain. All right. Any kind of pain, mental, physical, spiritual, get a little extra oxygen. It's going to help with the pain. And doing your journaling is getting some of that stuff out of your head, out of your body, and onto paper so that your mind can let go of it for a little while. And I know you want to let go of it for a little while, right? Yes. So, got to get on your journaling, got to get on your deep breathing. So, we're going to start with the deep breathing. Are you with me? Can you give me likes? Give me love. Let me know that you're here with me and you're doing the deep breathing with me. I want to feel you doing it with me, all right? Give me some likes and love. If you are on the replay, give some likes and love and tell me that you are doing your deep breathing because it's very, very important. Do your deep breathing, all right? So what we do is 4-7-8 breathing. What we do is we blow out, trying to just deflate our lungs, get a little space in there, all right? And exhaling in and of itself is soothing for your nervous system to calm you down. Your breathing pattern changes when you're anxious. So if you just blow, exhale, get some of that out. Hey, Jerry, how you doing? Hey, glad you're here with me. If you just blow out, you are letting go. You are releasing some of that tension in your chest, in your shoulders, in your head. You are letting some of it go. So just an exhale will start to help, but that's how we start off our deep breathing. We're going to do this. Hey, Beth. Hey, I see you. Hey, girl. We're going to blow out. Then we're going to inhale. Hey, Lori. Hi. Over there. You joined me on Instagram today. Hey. All right. I love it. I love everybody coming on in. I knew y'all be here. So many people said that they were coming today. I was like, yep, this is going to be a good one. We're going to be in here talking today. I can feel it. All right. Let me see. Oh, I can see. Oh, somebody else over here on Facebook. Let me say hi. Make sure I say hello before I keep on going. Oh yeah. Okay. That's Jerry. He said, hey, okay. All right. Make sure I see everything. All right. So we're going to do the deep breathing. We're going to blow out. We're going to inhale for a count of 4. We're going to hold our breath for a count of 7. And then we're going to blow out like we're blowing out a whole cake full of birthday candles to get our wish. Okay. You're going to, if you have never done this before, if this is the first time you've ever seen one of my videos and you're like, I don't know, what is it going to do? Okay. First of all, don't worry about what it's supposed to do. Just try it first. Okay. But if you have never done this, it may be a little bit difficult for you to like blow the amount of time that we're counting. That's okay. Just keep on practicing. You'll get it. Couple of times in a row, you'll have it. All right. All right. So what we're going to do is blow out, inhale for 4, hold for 7, blow out. We're going to do it 3 times at home. I want you to do it 5 times a day. Okay. 5 times a day. Be doing your deep breathing. All right. So we're going to do it together, all together. Now blow out. Inhale through your nose. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Beautiful. How does it feel when you do your deep breathing? Focus on that feeling. Since this is a physical thing that's going on with you, this trauma is manifesting in your body. It is a physical thing. Your breathing changes that. It makes it so that you are calmer, you are more centered. I see you over there, Lord. You know about the deep breathing. Happy Healing Hour Live. Yes, It calms you, it centers you, it gets you back in contact with your body, and then you're able to let go of some of that tension. You'll feel it when you are triggered, when you are anxious, when you're about to explode. You'll feel it somewhere in your body. And what we need to do is start paying attention to that feeling earlier. We need to start catching that feeling when it's a little feeling instead of when it's a huge feeling and it's overwhelming us. Okay. I got into a car accident about a month ago, and I will drive now, and it starts off as just this little teeny nugget of anxiety. I see people drive crazy. It flashes me back. It makes me think of the fact that this person hit me. I will always be thinking about it as I'm driving. And so, like that little teeny nugget, if I don't pay attention, it starts to grow on me. It starts to get bigger and bigger until all of a sudden I realize that my core hurts, all my stomach muscles are all tightened up because I hadn't been paying attention to it when it was a little feeling, when I could have started to do some breathing, when I could have started to relax it, calm it down, settle that feeling back down. It got bigger. And so then it takes a little bit more effort to bring it back down. Okay. So what we're trying to do is get that anxiety from way up high. And we're going to bring it down to a manageable level. So even when it spikes on you, it's not incredibly difficult to get it back down. Does that make sense? Let me know if that sounds like a plan to you to start to press that anxiety down a little bit, get control of it, get it back in a realm where you can handle it, you can reach it, you can hold on to it, you can do something with it. All right, let me know if that sounds like a good idea, because it is. I promise you it works. As I'm riding along now, I have to like relax my stomach muscles. I have to pay attention to where I'm feeling it. If I'm tightened up in my shoulders, I gotta let them down. I gotta relax my muscles, try and get back into the way that I drove before the accident happened. You know what I mean? All right. So you got to go back to where your body was feeling before you got traumatized. You got to try and put yourself back into that physical frame so that you remember what it's like not to be so anxious. There was a time where you weren't quite this anxious. I hope there was a time where you weren't quite this anxious, because like for like a lot of my early years, I was really anxious. So you may have been too. You may have spent a whole bunch of years being anxious already, and then this happened and it didn't make any better. But you can get back to a place where you're not so anxious. You just got to pay attention to what anxious feels like and then start to work on that feeling. So the second thing, of course, is doing your journaling. Have you been doing your journaling? I hope you have. Doesn't matter what kind of journal you got. My cat fell out. He's asleep on my desk back here. He got mad because I didn't pet him. But it doesn't matter what kind of journal you use. This is a soft fuzzy one. Look, I got the purple fuzzy journal and the purple pen right here. Look at that. Matching made in heaven. It does not matter what you use as long as you will write in it. Okay. You can use apps on your phone, but try it writing if you can possibly do it. I know some people have, Felicia said she has carpal tunnel. I get that. I know what it's like to have your wrist be messed up. Totally understand. But if you can, write it down. There's something about writing it down, about taking it from your head, putting it through the pen and onto the paper. It makes your brain feel like, oh, this is permanent. Okay, we wrote this down. It's here. It's in the real world that I felt like this, that I thought this. And sometimes that will help to let it go. All right. When you're doing your journaling, you're going to need to do your name, not your name, your date and your time. Make sure that you're doing your date and your time so that you have reference points to go back to. You can go back and look and be like, oh, yeah, this was a time where I was feeling good. This was a time where I was feeling bad. You can kind of give yourself some time frames on maybe if there is a pattern with that. Maybe there is times where you feel great and then there are times of the day where you feel terrible. You need to know that ahead of time so that you can actually start doing something about it before it happens to you. That's how we're going to start managing that anxiety. So doing your journaling, the date, the time, and your level of anxiety, 0 to 10. 0 is no anxiety whatsoever. All is right with the world. God's in his heaven. All right, great. And if you are having a 0 day, please write it down. Put a star on it. Lori, I found some gold stars today in the store. Put a gold star in your journal and say, this was a great day. This was a day where I felt good. I felt a lot like myself. I barely even thought about the infidelity. We were doing good as a couple. All of that stuff. Make sure that you're putting those down. When you go back and you see the amount of gold stars that you have, you'll realize that everything wasn't as terrible as you thought it was. It's a very quick visual way for you to find out if you really have been having a terrible, terrible month, or if the last few days have just been terrible and it made you feel like the rest of the month didn't exist. All right. Um, yeah, you're going to have your memory is much better when you write things down. You're going to think when you're in trauma that your memory is great. It is not. And when you are writing things down as they are happening, then you have a much clearer view of things that actually happen instead of how you felt about the thing that happened. Which may or may not be the reality of what actually happened. Does that make sense? I know that it's a little tricky with the whole trauma thing. You can experience something, but you're not really experiencing what they say. Laura, you got the cold stars. I know that's right. It helps so much with triggers. You're right. But if you the memory thing, is that where I was? Yeah. Talking about being able to remember things, it'll help you out a lot if you're journaling things, writing them down, and then you can come back to them and you can really see what was going on for real instead of how you felt about it. All right. Because you can be wrong about the reality of the situation in your feelings. You know, I'm sure that has happened. Let me know if that has happened to you. It's happened to me a whole bunch. All right, let's see. What else do I have here? Oh, it's Thirsty Thursday. That's another thing that you can control is being grateful. Yes, bad things have been happening to you. Yes, you are living in the truth of that right now, and you're trying to heal from that. But that doesn't mean that good things don't happen to you. The trauma will try and convince you that nothing good ever happens to you, and that is a lie. Good things happen to you all the time. So that's why I do Thirsty Thursday. If you have one for me, if you have some good news you'd like to share, come on and give it to me, because there are none on the post for today. So let me know. Tell me right now if you've got something for Thirsty Thursday, something good happened for you. Doesn't matter if it was big or small. That is not the point. The point is that it was good. All right. There's a lot of bad going on. There's not really degrees of good and bad. It's just either it's good or it is bad. All right. So if we got good, we've got to be paying attention to it, feeding off of it, growing it, making sure that we don't get lost in the bad, because the bad can seem big and bad and scary, and you end up like not really appreciating your life in the moment. And I don't want that to happen to you. Okay. All right. So I did Memory Monday. We do Memory Monday in the Love After Cheating group. If you're not in the Love After Cheating group, go get in the Love After Cheating group. Come on. It is a group filled with women, over 3,000 women at this point, who their whole goal is to stay in their relationship. I know people have told you that, oh, people don't do that. Guess what? The hell they do. Yes, they do. Women do stay in their relationships after infidelity. So come to my Love After Cheating group and be around a whole bunch of other women who are doing exactly that. All right. But Memory Monday in the group, I asked for pictures. I got pictures. People were feeling good. All right. Now I see y'all. Kelly, girl, you lost the weight. Feel good about yourself. Damn. Just feel good about yourself at every weight that you are. If you got love handles, rub on them, love on them, and accept them for who you are. Because that's the only way that like the weight will ever change. If you're hating on your body, you can't change the weight because you're hating your body. Your body isn't going to listen to you. So don't hate yourself. Don't think that you're ugly. You are not ugly. None of us are ugly. Okay. We are females. We are gorgeous just being here, just being on this planet. All right. Let's see, Tina. I know you was feeling yourself in that picture. I could tell, girl. Charlie. Oh, yes, the brows, girl, the brows. Oh, yes, they are sharp. And I love that red lipstick. Aliska, hey, you were out there in the mountains. You were climbing a freaking mountain, girl. That's something I'm not doing. I am very proud of you for it. I know that you're not here because it's a time difference from where you are, but just to let you know, I do see you over there on that mountain. I love every bit of it. And Ashley, you look like you were going for a photo shoot right then. She said, pose. Okay, I see you, Ashley. All right, good stuff happening. I love to have you all post photos and tell me about good times because there are good times. Just because this bad stuff has happened doesn't mean that you have to always feel bad about yourself and that you have to feel bad about your relationship, your life. Your life is not bad just because this trauma happened, okay? That is not the way it goes. Something bad happened to you. It doesn't make everything around you bad. So you got to really appreciate it. You got to pay attention to the good stuff in your life and like thrive off of it. Okay. All right. That sounds good. I hope that sounds good. I want y'all to be happy. All right. So we got some comments here. I see. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Brittany. All right. Wait. I got to see on the other side. He even brought me lunch today. Okay. Wait. Fantastic news. Okay. Back up. Dang. All right. Brittany said, okay, maybe I should start journaling. I'll try that. Good. Do it. You said the past few years have been a blur. I know that's right. My husband agreed to go to a marriage retreat to help build trust and put God back at the center of our marriage. Brittany. He even brought me lunch today. Oh, I know that's right, Brittany. That's what I'm talking about. That's some good Thirsty Thursday right there. He's agreeing to stuff and he's being thoughtful and considerate and sweet. I know that's right. See, things can work out. They do try. You may not always see they're trying. The person who did this is going to recover differently than the person who experienced this. So he did this. So he's going to be on a little bit of a different path as he's healing, as you're healing together. But just pay attention to those things. Pay attention to the fact that he's agreeing. He's paying attention. He's going for the retreat. He wants to help out. He wants to be helped. He wants that relationship. So that is an excellent thing. I am so happy for you, Brittany. All right, let's see. Who said yes? Brittany Journal. I love writing about what I'm grateful for and especially things my husband is doing. Yes, you got to write them down, especially if it's good stuff, right? If they're doing good stuff, let's write that down. Let's make a note of it. Let's have that to recall in the times where things are a little bit harder. Remember when they did the good stuff, right? All right. Who's that with the hearts? Okay, Lori is with the hearts. There we go. And Beth, you said we've even gotten into the habit of watching a show or movie together every night. Aw, we've binge watched dramas and laughed our butts off at stupid movies. I know that's right. Isn't that good? When you can have that routine. That routine is excellent. That's a good part of the dreams formula. Allowing the healing to happen is coming back to doing like routine. Have your rituals that you do together. So regularly we are going to sit down and we're going to enjoy something together. We're going to laugh together. We're going to be sad together. We are going to have this experience on a regular basis so that we are connecting. We are showing each other that we're present and we're connecting. So this is excellent Thirsty Thursday over there for you, Beth. I am glad to hear it. Lori, I love all the emojis, Lori. I love it. All right, excellent. So good stuff is happening for you. All right, and let's try and find another good thing that can happen today. Let's give you some questions to ask because I know. Don't you want to ask some questions? I know you do. Oh, it's a thing after this trauma. Your brain is screaming to ask questions, isn't it? Unless you've gotten to the point where you've calmed down. Let me know. Raise your hand if you have gotten to the point where the questions have calmed down. Let me know about that because that's a hard place to get to. Okay, that's a hard place to get to if you have gotten to the point where the questions have slowed down and you don't feel compelled to ask him things about the cheating and things about a specific that happened. Like, if you've gotten to that point, raise your hand in the comments. Let me know that you have gotten to that place, because, honey, that's a hard place to get to. You're doing some stuff, you're doing some work. If you were there, I know that's right, Lori. I know that's right. The questions have slowed down, and it's better because you're not always constantly seeking after him. You don't need to chase him. You don't need to chase him around. You don't need to try so hard to engage with him. You don't need to keep talking about the infidelity over and over and over again. You don't want to be constantly reminded of stuff that you did wrong, right? Well, don't constantly remind him of stuff that he does wrong. Another way to allow the healing to happen. All right. And that's another way to manage the triggers too, because if you keep on asking the same questions about the cheating over and over again, hey, Beth, I see you over there. You raised your hand. That's what I'm saying. You got to the point where the questions slowed down. That's an excellent thing. I'm glad to hear it. But, is you, I forgot what I was saying. Allowing the healing to happen and managing the triggers. This is managing the triggers when you are resisting that urge, calming your brain, centering yourself, and saying, no, I do not need to hear the third version of this particular question right now from him. Is that going to help me? No, it's not going to make me feel any better. It's not going to give me anything. It's matter of fact, it's going to re-traumatize me. So I'm going to let that go for right now. I'm going to accept whatever answer it was I got last. That's the one we're running with, and we're going to move forward from there. When your brain start asking the question, remember the last time. That's why you need to be journaling, so you can remember the questions that you asked, and you can just tell your brain again. All right. Brittany said, don't want to beat a dead horse. I know that's right. Because it's done now. You've already made the decision. You're staying. Okay. So at some point, you have to just accept that that's where you are. When you keep on talking about it and trying to go back to it, it is your brain's way of saying this should never have happened. And if you ask enough questions, and maybe somehow you will go back in time and it won't have happened anymore. And that's not the case. That's not going to work. So, if your brain is trying to trick you into doing that, try and settle yourself, trying to center yourself. Hey, Felicia, I see you, girl. Hey, over there on Instagram. But, try and settle your brain. Try and convince your brain not to ask all those questions. Ali said you can't see the hand thingy. I see you raising your hand. Yes, excellent work getting past that point where you just want to ask those questions all the time. So let me give you other questions to ask. This is from the And Healing Edition deck. Comes from theskindeep.com. Let me change views so I can see. And that's what it is. Theskindeep.com is 199 questions. Explore the relationships around you. Isn't that beautiful? And this is the Healing Edition. It's good stuff to connect. And if that's what you really wanted, because you keep telling yourself, oh, well, I just want to communicate and I want to connect with him, so that's why I got to know these details. No, that's not the reason. All right. If you really want to connect, if you really want to have that closeness, ask a few of these questions. So let's do a couple of these real quick. What have I healed in you? Ooh, imagine if you had to tell him that. What is he healed in you? What is fixed now because you know him? All right, because you have been in this relationship. There's a lot of things that's broken, right? But what's healed? It's a good thing. I love that. I love that. Use that one. That's a good one. All right, let's see. What are we learning from one another? That's a good question too. That's along the same lines, but that's for both of you. What are we learning from each other? Can you see that? There we go. What are we learning from one another? All right, that's a good question. That's kind of along the same line. So I'll do two more. How do you think I find peace? Oh, Felicia, yeah, you didn't miss it. You didn't miss it. You're here for it. But how do you think I find peace? That's a good question. Where's your peace located? You got to think about that sometimes. I know it's a little difficult when you're going through the trauma. You got to remember that the peace, it resides in you. It's somewhere in you. So you're not going to find it outside. Where's the peace reside? And it's a good question. How can I help you more? That's a good one. If you got that question, if he asked you that, do you have an answer ready? Do you have an answer ready for that? How can I help you more? Could you give him a bullet point? Not sit there and ah and stress and think, but could you sit there and give him 3 bullet points of how he could help you more right now? Not even like who, what, when, where, why. A sentence of maybe 5 words. Could you do that? Could you do that, Felicia? Yes. I want you to try and maybe do that. Try and sit down with yourself and see if you could do that. If you could, if he asked you, and that's what you want him to do, right? Don't you want him to ask you that? All right. Let's say that he did ask you, are you prepared for the answer for that question? Are you prepared? Like 100%, Allie, I see you over there. Exactly. So let's sit down and think about that for a second. Give him 3 bullet points, like 5 word sentences. Don't let it be a run on sentence. Give him specific things that could be done to help you. Try that out. Let's see that. So those are good questions. Those are good questions. That is an excellent deck. I love that one. We have the long-term couple one. But they're very good. They're like $25 on theskindeep.com. Go get yourself one. I think Allie, you said you got those, you had them, right? They're good. They're good questions. You get to sit there and really talk to each other and think about things. And, it's not just all about, the misery. It's not just that anymore. Now you're talking about things that are productive to the relationship. Talking about what he did wrong isn't very productive to the relationship. It just does not get you where you want to go. You want to be heading towards the positive, right? If you are not talking about the positive, you are not thinking positively at all, guess what? You're never going to get to the positive. It's just a matter of where your brain is and which direction you're heading in. All right. Let's see. I had a question up here. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Okay, wait. I was going to answer Amanda. Amanda put a question up here about 3 hours ago, and I was like, yes, I will answer that in the group. But there was another one I wanted to answer, and where did it go? Okay, right there. All right. Okay, so Amanda, let me tell you real quick. Eliska, I'm going to answer yours next. That's the next question. But anybody else got questions, go ahead and post them right now while I'm answering these, and I'm going to get to your questions, okay? All right. Amanda said in the group, is anyone on here feeling like their relationship is going to be okay? I feel like things are going great the last few months, but I can't really enjoy it because I don't trust it. I keep expecting another bombshell to drop. I am sorry that you're feeling like that, Amanda, but what I want you to do, want everybody to do, if you are in the moment of feeling good, try to be present in that moment. What is happening is the anxiety is trying to throw you back into the trauma, make you think about that instead of the present, the reality of where you are, which is good. It's good stuff. So if you can't ever just be in this moment and enjoy it, there's no reason for you to even continue on with the relationship. For what? Because you're never going to be able to enjoy it. So try very hard to be present, to be now, to be here, and remind yourself, if you got to orient yourself with, things that you can hear, smell, taste, touch, see, do that. If you need to repeat the date over and over again to yourself and let yourself know that you are not back in whatever year this was that happened. No, this is almost April of 2022. That is when I am right now. That's when I am existing. I need to enjoy right now because right now will pass. And the thing is, there will be another bombshell. Okay. I promise you that, but it's probably not going to be what you think it is. You're sitting there being all concerned about, well, what if he cheats again? What if this is a situation that I have all over again? But it could be any kind of bombshell. It could be anything bad that could happen in life. Like I said, month ago, out of nowhere, somebody just hit me at a red light. They're at their red light. that's how it went. Now, I can't control that, but all I can do is in the moments where that is not the case, where the positive is happening, I can exist in it. I can feel it. I can pay attention to it. I can soak it up because there's going to be something else bad that happens. You are not promised a completely like carefree, nothing bad is ever going to happen to you life. That is not promised to you. What is promised to you is you can actually do something during your day to change how you feel. You don't have to be stuck feeling terrible. So when you're in that moment and you're like, oh, I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. Okay, yeah, the other shoe might drop. You know what? It's not dropping right this second. Right now, I'm going to smile at my honey. I'm going to wrap my arms around them. I'm going to love on them. I'm going to give in and be vulnerable because that's what it is, right? You're scared to be vulnerable. Don't worry about that. Stop stressing yourself about that. Just be the love. Be the love. Okay? Does that make sense to you? Amanda, let me know, everybody here. Does that make sense to you to be in the moment, to here now, not back then, here now? You know what I mean? Allie, you said I need the long-term one. We had 38 years last week. Oh, congratulations. I know that's right, Allie. Y'all been doing the thing. Just because he was idiot, you've been together 38 years. He was an idiot. How many of those years? Yeah, put it up here. How long did he act up? And 38 years together, everybody's going to probably have a moment. Everybody's going to probably be an idiot in their relationship in a whole almost 4 decades. It's going to happen, okay? But I look at it like this. My husband was the first 4 years we were together, he was atrocious. He was just acting up. He was for the streets. But after that, okay, this is 14 more years since I've healed since the last D-Day that has occurred. Yeah, we're almost at 20 years together. We are at 20 years together. Hold on, 4 years, maybe it's 15 now. Yeah, it's 15 this year. 19. Yeah, we've been married for 19 years. Yeah, 19 years in October. So yeah, we've been together almost 20 years. And okay, 4 years out of that, he acted a fool. Okay, yeah, all right. The ratio is about right because I'm sure that I've acted up, some period of time during that year. I was trying very hard to be right, but I'm sure I was wrong at some points. So, after all of those years, if you can just say, okay, this period of time you acted up, he said 20 that he was cheating, and she only knew about 3. You only knew about it 3 years. How does that work? Wait a minute. Yeah, let me know. I'm a little confused, but I asked too many questions in a row. That's what I did. I'm sorry. But I mean, part of the time people are going to be, we're all a little broken. None of us has met a completely sane person. We've all gone through some kind of trauma, something messed up that destroyed our self-esteem or limited our growth or made us be less than we should have been had it not happened. So every one of us is dealing with that. Every one of us is trying really hard. So we just gotta, feel ourselves on that and just understand that our partners, yes, they're going to act up, but if you're going to have a long, happy life together, you can still do that even if they have acted up a good chunk of the time. All right, let's see. Now I can go back to the question from Eliska. Eliska said she wasn't going to be here due to the time difference, but I got you, Eliska. I'm here with you, but would be glad if you address what I shared in the live here yesterday. I'd be interested in your take on it. Girl, you were tugging on my heartstrings, girl. I'm so sorry that you were feeling so low about this whole situation. I'm sorry that you all are apart right now, that you feel so insecure about the whole thing. But I have some thoughts. All right. You said that he has a savior complex. I think that's where I want to start, because when you are this wrapped up in what he's doing, Okay, he is out here, he's having friendships that don't, it may or may not be like actual like physical cheating, but it seems like emotional cheating. If he's out here having these relationships, especially with people that are his students, that seems a little, that's even more inappropriate, but it's just part of that savior complex thing. He wants to help, he wants to fix. Okay, when you are so broken up by him, when you are so anxious by what he's doing, you feed into that. You are like giving him a fix. So not only does he have this friend that he can try to help and try to save, then he's got you kind of falling apart over here, and that feeds it even more. So I think, honestly, I don't know if you've seen the 180. I think that you should be kind of 180ing a little bit. You should try some of the 180 things and see if they don't, start to make him look at you a little bit differently. Because when you are just like so into what he's doing, paying attention so closely, who he's talking to and what he's doing and where he's going, he knows he's got you. He knows that you are fully focused on him, and that feeds into that whole savior thing, whole attention thing. Because that's all that is. With the savior complex, it's just a need for attention. You want to be important to people. So if you are just taking some time, and you didn't say anything about stuff that you do, you focused a lot on what he's doing, but like, where is your time? Where is the stuff that you get to do for yourself? Where is that self-care time? Where is the stuff that fills you up besides him? Because he can't fill you completely up. And if you're focusing all your attention on him, trying to get him to help fill you up, you're going to be feeling empty. You're going to be feeling disappointed. So I want you to be working on that. I want you to be working on withdrawing some of that attention. When he's chit chat, let him chit chat all he wants to. Oh, look at that. That's so cute. Acting like a teenager. Okay, fine. Let him do that. And you get yourself wrapped up in something that you enjoy, something that brings joy and fulfillment to your heart. Because when you are in the midst of doing that, you don't have to ask for his attention anymore. That's what's happening here. You were trying to seek out his attention. Stop seeking it. Stop seeking it. Just do what makes you feel good and filled up and happy and glow from the inside out. He's not going to miss you. Okay. When you are out here radiating just the joy of whatever it is besides him you got going on in your life, the thing that makes you feel good about yourself and feel filled up, you glow, you shine. You will call his attention from states away because he knows that shine. That's what he fell in love with in the first place. Not the sad you, not this person that you are because of the trauma right now, the person who was happier, that was glowing from within. So go back to that, okay? I want you to go back and find some stuff for you. Stop paying attention to what he's doing so much. Do a little bit of the 180. Be pleasant to be around, but do your own damn thing. Be like, okay, look, I'd love to be with you right now, but I got an appointment. I got somewhere I gotta be. Love you. Mwah, mwah. Make sure that you're giving affection, receiving affection, still acting like you're in a relationship, but go focus on yourself a little bit more. Redirect. I need you to pay attention to you a little bit more. Does that make sense? Valeska, you let me know if you're on the replay, and anybody else who's here, let me know. Hey, Janice. Hi. Brittany, you got the 100. That's what I'm saying, girl. You with me? You said, what brings you joy? If it doesn't serve you, let it go. You got this anxiety about them does not serve you. It doesn't fix anything. You sitting there worried about who he's talking to on the phone, what he's doing, all of that, and feeling like somehow his problems, his issues make you less worthy of love. What? No, you are perfectly lovable, and you just being lovable. Okay, be doing that thing that makes you happy, shine from within, show rather than tell that This is where you're supposed to be paying attention, dude. Right here. But you don't have to, you can just shine so hard, can't help but see. Does that make sense? Lou, you with me? All right. I'm glad. I'm glad. Felicia, you said I want to be with my man for years, forever if I can. Can I expect bad things to happen? Of course, girl. Of course, bad things are going to happen. Who told you you were going to have a perfectly charmed life where nothing bad ever happened to you? Had that been your life up until now? No, indeed, it was not. That does not mean anything about your love. Circumstances are one thing. We got issues. We're people, we're all a little broken, we're all a little off. Okay, granted, those circumstances don't have to change our feelings. A lot of people feel like, oh, well, if they loved you, really, they couldn't cheat on you. That is not true at all. That's not true at all. You can do bad stuff to people you care the most about. That is why domestic violence happens. That is exactly what that is. You can care so much, you can get so wrapped up in it that you do stuff that you're not supposed to do. That's how domestic violence escalates so quickly, because you're coming from that place of, oh, I love you so much. And it escalates very quickly because your emotions are involved. So, yeah, bad stuff is going to happen. Yes, absolutely. I promise you it is. But that's not the point. The point is to have a partner to get through it with. Isn't that the whole point of this? To be with the person that you love, that makes even the hard parts okay to go through. We have had our house burned down. Our house started burning down with us in it. Okay. I would not have gone through that with anybody else in the whole wide world except for my book. That's I could not imagine anybody else where I would have felt like I could have dealt with that situation if I hadn't been with him. I think I would have had more problems. There's going to be stuff that happens that has absolutely nothing to do with cheating. That stuff just happens. It is part of this life, okay? It's character building, as they say. We just got to run with it, take the hand that you're dealt, and do the best that you can with it, okay? Just because bad stuff is going to happen doesn't mean that you're not loved. Doesn't mean that you don't love them. You might do some of the bad stuff. You in the midst of this trauma, you might be doing bad stuff right now. You might be hammering them over the head and making them feel guilty and terrible. I read somebody, it was in another group, and she was saying that she was purposely like trying to make her mates break down and feel terrible about this, and like was purposely doing it, like pulling that string on a regular basis, just trying to make him feel terrible. And I'm like, and she was like, but that's better than his cheating. I'm like, no, it's not. You are intentionally trying to break his mind because he hurt your feelings. Doesn't that show that your mind is broken? Can we both work on this? Can we both work on not doing the crazy, not acting all lunaticy? Just because we hurt one another doesn't mean that you don't love one another desperately. It's just the actions that you produce after you've been through this trauma will be a little bit unloving. So you got to pay attention to that and steer yourself back over to the loving side. When you do that on a regular basis, you're showing that to your mate, and then he'll get it. He'll pick up on it. He'll learn how to steer his way back over to the appropriate side too. But if you never do it, you're not showing it. You can't talk about it. So just be about it. All right. That makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I can sit here and talk about this for hours, and I can tell you all sorts of things about just healing after this, just dealing with this, managing those triggers, dealing with them. A lot of the managing the triggers is just knowing that bad things are going to happen, triggers are going to come up again, and accepting that, okay, they're going to come up again. That doesn't mean that I got to spiral out. That doesn't mean that. I can calm myself. I can center myself. I can have a plan in place for when those triggers hit me. I can look for it in my body, like I was telling you about earlier. I can figure out where I feel it when it's an itty bitty feeling, so it doesn't get a huge feeling and it steps on me. There's all sorts of things that you can do that are controlling yourself instead of trying to have the inappropriate control of controlling them. We're not supposed to be controlling one another. You don't want somebody to be controlling your thoughts, heart, body. You don't want that. So you shouldn't be trying to do that to your mate just so you can feel a little bit better and a little bit more secure. And that doesn't work. Okay. If it worked, I'd say do it, but it doesn't work. You having that inappropriate control just breaks down the relationship even more. And then the two of you can't get anywhere because you're stuck trying to down and being all inappropriate and then telling them how inappropriate they are. You look like a lunatic. You got to change something to make this all start to work. I know what everybody has told you. I'm telling you, most of the things that are your like, is your healing, do the opposite. Because most of the instinct is based in fear. And if you are reacting with fear, in a loving relationship, you are moving away from the love and more towards being by yourself. So don't do what's like instinctual. Try and like change it up. If you're like, I need to have this confrontation, I need to talk to him about this. No, I don't. I need to be at peace. I need to chill. I need to create a good time for myself and a good time for the two of us together. That's what I'm going to do instead. You don't have to do what the fear tells you to do. You really shouldn't do what the fear tells you to do. The 180, Felicia, is it's a method. I forget the lady's name. I gotta look her up again. It was a method of bringing back their attention if they are kind of off and they're still in the limerence phase, if they're still stuck on the other person, if they're still chit-chatting, and if they are consistently doing that, it works too. I was teaching people how to do it, and I didn't know that it was a thing. I was telling women, I was like, you got to calm down. You got to focus on yourself. You got to start being a little bit more pleasant. I know you want to yell at them, but don't yell at them. Like, be the person that he fell in love with, but don't be pushing to be close to him. Like, still let him see that person, but from a distance. Does that make sense? Hopefully that's probably the best way I've ever explained the 180. So I hope that makes sense to you too. All right, let's see. What else do I got? Anybody else? Any other questions? Comments, thoughts, complaints, anything going on that you want me to address real quick? I do want to tell you we are starting the countdown for the Trust Issues Challenge. I'm excited. We got a lot of people in the group coming to do the challenge. If you have not signed up for the Trust Issues Challenge, go to the Facebook page, the Love After Cheating Facebook group. Go in there. Top of the page, right across the top is the banner. It shows that that's what we're doing, and it's starting next week. Click on there in the information. It will have the link for you to sign up. All I need is your name and your email. That's all I need for you to join in on the fun. We are working on the trust issues. We are working on getting some of that trust back. You're not going to receive trust, okay? Nobody is going to come up to you. He is not going to do something or say something and just say, here is your trust in me back again on a silver platter. That is not going to happen. He is not going to give it to you. It is within you. Your trust is your decision. Okay, that's all it is. It is a muscle that you can exercise and strengthen, but it's in the very basics of it. It is your decision whether you want to trust somebody or not. It has absolutely nothing to do with them, I promise you. Because if that was the case, there are a lot of people that you have trusted that never did earn your trust, did they? Did they? Think about it for a second. There's plenty of people you trusted and they hadn't done anything to earn your trust. They hadn't done a thing in the world. You chose them to trust. You believed in them. And that's what trust actually is. You're believing the best of somebody. So that's what we're doing all week next week. Every morning. Is it 9:30 or 10? I think it's 10. I wanted to make it a little later. I think it's 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to go live in the Love After Cheating group, and we're going to do something to work on the trust. If you're on Instagram, it's in my link tree, so go to that. But sign up. Brittany, you're excited. I know, right? I'm excited about it. I am super excited about it. I'm trying to tell you, it is good stuff. Women who go through this challenge with me feel me on this, okay? And as you're going through it, as you're doing it, day after day after day, there's some hope finally. There, yeah, you didn't trust. You have not been trusting, but it's not as hard to trust as you think it is. It is not a difficult thing to do. It requires just a little bit of practice on a daily basis. Try and be a little consistent with it. And that's what we're doing in the challenge. If you come, Brittany, yes, it will be recorded. Absolutely. It is going to be in the group all week. Like it'll be there until the following Tuesday. So let me tell you what date that is. It starts on the 4th through the 8th. I am going to do a bonus day on Saturday, which is the 9th, and then prizes on the 10th, and then Tuesday, I'm taking all of the videos down. Okay. Tuesday the 12th, I'll be taking all of the videos down. So you've got an entire week and some change to be able to see the videos if you just want to see them. If you want to participate in the challenge, you need to do that by Saturday. Okay. Saturday, I'm going to be talking to the weekend warriors who are just trying to get it in before the deadline. Cause at midnight on Saturday, I'm going to stop counting. Each day there's going to be a challenge, there's going to be bonuses, stuff like that. So after midnight on Saturday, I'm going to stop counting, and whoever was in there before midnight is going to be in the prize drawing. Okay. So the prize drawing then is going to be on Sunday, and we've got Amazon gift cards. I've got more than I have ever done before too, is higher amounts on Amazon gift cards. My book, The Wifey Handbook. Let's see, what else I got going on? Free sessions with me, discounts off my programs, all sorts of stuff. All right. So yes, you want to get in on this. You want to be able to work with me on this week and just see what it's like coaching with me. See what it's like to have me with you all week long. I enjoy working with every single one of you. So this is always so much fun for me. But you get to actually see what I'm like. You see what it's like to be the whole week straight working with me every day, pursuing something, getting something done towards getting on the healing path. So come join me. Come on out. Come do the Trust Issues Challenge. All right. Brittany said, I'm a teacher and I'll have students at that time. Oh yeah, of course. Definitely. So anytime, until like that next Tuesday, you can see all the videos. But if you want to participate in the actual challenge, you need to post on all of the posts and the recordings that you're going to post on before midnight on the 9th of April. All right. So we're going to start next week on the 4th. We're going to start this week. Matter of fact, you know what? As an additional prize, let me say this. I'm going to give away a scholarship to one of my programs. One of my programs is going to be absolutely free for somebody participating in this challenge. So if that isn't a reason to come on out, instead of paying out of pocket to work with me, either you can even choose. I'll even give you a choice of either program. I'm going to say the tech support program where you're working with me for 45 days, or the 30-day coaching, which I'm going to talk to you about during the challenge. You can get one of those absolutely free. That is going to be top prize in the challenge. So if you are interested in working with me, come on and get in on the challenge and possibly get a free session, a free coaching package from me. All right, let's do that. Let's do that. That sounds like a good idea. I think that seems like a good thing. All right, my dears. Let's see. Anything else? Anybody got any other questions, comments, thoughts, complaints? Anything weighing heavy on your heart before I go? Oh, I'm so glad. You know what? You all have been with me the whole time. I seen y'all out here. I see you all. Everybody on Instagram, everybody on Facebook. I have seen you. You have hung with me this whole time. I really appreciate every single one of you. I love it when you come talk to me. Love it when you give me feedback. I love it when you deep breathe with me, okay? That makes me so happy to be able to give you this advice, to be able to help you along the healing path, all right? I want you to say the affirmation that I am fabulous every day of the week. I need you to feel that today. I am fabulous every day of the week. Don't let this trauma try and diminish your light. You are fabulous. There is something about you. You are out here trying to do unconditional love after you've been hurt like this. You are fabulous, girl. I don't know who told you that you weren't and you believe them, but I'm here to tell you, you are doing something that is phenomenal that other people are just not willing to do. And I'm proud of you. So you should be proud of yourself and you should know how fabulous you are. So I am fabulous every day of the week is your affirmation for the rest of the week. Now, that is about it. I guess that's all. I hate to part from you, but oh, Brittany, you're so welcome. It's wonderful for me too. So I'm glad it's wonderful for you because it's wonderful for me. I love doing this. I look forward to it all flipping day. I'm thinking about Thursday. Like, yeah, I get to go live. I get to talk to people tonight. I love this. All right. So I'm glad that you all came. So I have somebody to actually talk to. All right. All righty, y'all. So I guess just to wrap it up, make sure that you do not do what the fear tells you to do. All right. It is lying to you and keep to the healing path. All right. Till next time, just focus on where you actually want to be instead of where you have been. Focus on the future. Focus on being here now and focus on good things happening to you then. And until next week, I will say goodbye. All right. Bye. You all have a great week.